My name is David Harrison Grice. Welcome to the Grice Report, your unfiltered daily voice for truth. I have some very disturbing news tonight. The ICE Gestapo and CBP Stormtroopers are ramping up their operations pretty much everywhere across the entire country. So this image here comes to me from somebody that I know personally. They were sent this image by somebody who lives in Maryland. So this photograph was taken in Maryland, and you can see there's some differences now to the way that the ICE Gestapo are starting to disguise their vehicles. Now, the first thing you would notice is that it looks like it's a regular license plate, right? Regular vehicle, white, minivan, Chrysler, just looks like a normal car. And then you look at the top and you look at the tints. The windows are fully tinted, and then there are the light bars. That's going to be where the red and blue lights would be. So keep an eye out for these different kinds of vehicles because they are trying to blend in now. And then even worse. So as you know, a lot of us here that are doing these podcasts are also activists, and we're working to prevent the ICE Gestapo from succeeding in their mission of ethnically cleansing America. The Department of Homeland Security has issued subpoenas, hundreds of them, to Google, Reddit, Discord, and Meta, the owners of Facebook, Threads, and Instagram, to basically hand over user data about individuals who are critical of the ICE Gestapo on social media. Now, as far as I'm aware, the New York Times reported that Google, Meta, and Reddit have complied with some of those requests. That's pretty big news because there are a lot of us that are on these platforms that are doing exactly what we're doing here on YouTube. And, you know, YouTube is probably impacted as well. So that means anybody who's on here doing what I'm doing, trying to get the news out about the ICE Gestapo, will probably be silenced. The same way they're doing on all the other platforms to everybody else. That's because they are afraid of us. And that's important to remember. These subpoenas, they don't mean anything. You cannot go to jail for speaking your mind and doing right by your friends and neighbors. That's our constitutional rights. It's our constitutional rights that they are trying to violate and take away. And we must not let them. We must not fear. We must not be afraid. Because that time is here. We're talking about concentration camps now. Real concentration camps in giant warehouses all across America. And I'll get into that in just a moment. So if you like what you're doing tonight, please remember to like, subscribe, and down here we have an email address, thegricereport@gmail.com. Again, that's thegricereport@gmail.com. Please send us any tips, links, leads, story requests, any kind of interactions that you've had with the ICE Gestapo, CBP Stormtroopers, or any other force you're coming into contact with. And if you have a protest going on in your area, please do let us know. We are happy to push that protest out there. Just be aware that right now, New York and New Jersey are about to enter a heavy ICE Gestapo and CBP Stormtrooper occupation. So to all of those who have subscribed already, you are helping the rise of the Vox Populi, the people's voice. And now there is a coalition forming in New York and New Jersey of independent journalists. And we are going to be bringing you all different kinds of news on all different kinds of platforms regarding the ICE occupation that we're expecting here in New York and in New Jersey. So to segue back into what I mentioned before, so you kind of take, if you want to really take everything in context, you have to take a look at these subpoenas that they're issuing against the tech companies to give our information as activists, while at the same time that they're building things like
breaking news. Fox 2 can exclusively confirm new details about a future ICE facility being built in Romulus. City officials tell us the 300,000 square foot building located on Cogswell Street near Ecorse Road and I-275 is part of a larger federal push to convert warehouses and industrial buildings into ICE holding facilities. The Romulus Detention Center, located just minutes from Detroit Metro Airport, will likely open sometime this year. State Senator Darren Camilleri, who represents District 4, which includes Romulus, tells Fox 2, quote, "Let's call this ICE facility what it really is, an ill-constructed jail that would enable ICE to further terrorize our immigrant communities across Southeast Michigan. It's critical that at this moment we stand united and send a clear message to this administration. This detention center is not welcome in Romulus or anywhere across our state." You can read the state senator's full quote on our website, fox2detroit.com. And coming up Monday night,
300,000 square feet, right next to the Detroit Metro Airport. That doesn't sit well with me. It really doesn't sit well with me. It feels like they're going to be shipping people like cargo. I mean, they did say they wanted, what, the Amazon Prime of deportations? Well, I think they're going to be incarcerating all of us, all the activists. That's what I think is going to happen there. It's not just going to be for immigrants. It's going to be for activists, too. So we got to keep an eye on that and what they actually do, because they're trying to come after activism any which way they can. Now, in addition to that, we also have one here in New York. A giant one at 29 Elizabeth Drive in Chester, New York. It's going to be a giant warehouse concentration camp, the same kind that's popping up everywhere in the country. We really need to keep our eye on this and make sure that we don't let this happen, because these are real death camps, and this is something that we cannot abide by in America. And then, last thing I want to get into is this beautiful show of unity and strength from the residents of a New Jersey town called Lindenwold, New Jersey. So in this town, you had a video that's been circulating from a Ring camera where 4th and 5th graders that were going to the local elementary school at the bus stop in the morning were running, screaming from the bus stop because the ICE Gestapo showed up. Now, I want you to see the community's response, because they got out there and they protested because they know what's coming. We're all watching Minneapolis. We're all watching Chicago. We're all watching what's happened in these places, and we're taking lessons now because it's come home. So check out this beautiful community.
This is the show of support that's going on right now in Lindenwold. It comes after that incident yesterday that caused fear and chaos among a group of elementary school students.
Yeah, New Jersey correspondent Trish Hartman has more now from Lindenwold, where local officials have joined an anti-ICE rally playing out right now.
Folks have shown up for this protest here at Borough Hall right now. They are showing their signs out towards the White Horse Pike. They're expecting local leaders here as well, Camden County Commissioners and Congressman Donald Norcross. This is organized by Cooper River Indivisible and spearheaded by a community member who saw that video online of the kids running after seeing those ICE agents. Everyone coming together one day after federal immigration authorities were in an apartment complex as kids were waiting for the school bus. New video appears to show ICE agents knocking on doors in the Woodland Village apartments around 8:30 a.m. on Thursday. Doorbell camera video captured students who had been waiting for the school bus nearby, running after the agents were spotted. One day later, the community is reacting.
I do not believe that they're following protocol how they're supposed to, and it's a shame.
The Lindenwold School District put out a statement saying ICE agents were getting out of their vehicles and were spotted by 4th and 5th grade students who were waiting for the bus. Local Democratic leaders are now asking questions.
What was ICE doing to cause children to run away? Were they trying to show up to the bus stop to try to get parents or guardians?
So far, it's unclear if the agents had any interaction with the students or how long they were there. Camden County Commissioners put out a statement today denouncing ICE's presence, adding that the agents called 911 at one point for support.
Everyone wants bad people off the street, and that goes without saying. But the manner in which this is occurring is just unacceptable.
All this as DHS is set to run out of funding. Democrats blocking a spending bill, saying it doesn't address their demands for ICE reform. Now, we have reached out to ICE and the Department of Homeland Security multiple times since yesterday to find out more about this activity, why those agents were there, and if anyone was detained. So far, we haven't heard back. Reporting in Lindenwold, New Jersey, Trish Hartman, Channel 6, Action News.
They really stand up for each other, and that's what we need to do, because remember, we keep us safe. Cops aren't going to help us. No one's coming to save us. We keep us safe. My name is David Harrison Grice. Thank you for joining the Rebel Alliance, and have a great night.